Hey, Whiskey Ginger fans, your boy is back on tour. I'm touring this fall. Come see about me. I'm in Indianapolis, then I'm in Charlotte. I'm in Waukee, Iowa, which is Iowa City, Omaha, Nebraska, Kansas City, Cleveland, St. Louis, Grand Rapids, Detroit, New Orleans, San Antonio, Chicago, my home, Durham, North Carolina, Atlanta, Charleston, Philly, New York, Phoenix, San Francisco, back again, San Diego, Boston, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Go to andrewsantino.com for those tickets. andrewsantino.com. Go grab them tickets now.
In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. What if I'm wasted and I did that read like that?
You just reminded me of the Micro Machines guy. Do you remember Micro Machines?
I love that guy so much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It is the return of a man who is terrified. Special out now, Sal Vulcano!
Hey. Hello, Whiskey Ginger.
I'm used to seeing
people.
you on a cruise ship.
Yeah?
And people think I'm talking about the Impractical Jokers cruise. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm talking about that all-boys cruise that you and I go on all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole nother thing.
And why don't you tell everyone that you do that? That you go on the boys cruise with me?
I keep a lot of my gay activity close to the vest.
Why?
Close to the sequins vest.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
It's me, you, Mateo,
Yeah.
Justin Martindale,
And...
Fortune Feimster.
Adrian Adonis. Yeah. That was the first gay that came to mind.
Yeah.
A wrestler who's been dead for 40
Yeah,
years.
why?
I don't know.
Jessica Kirsten drives the boat. Everyone sit down! That's what it would be like the whole time. Like, we're on a boat.
I will not be silenced. I love
How
Jessica.
was that cruise, by the way? You never doing it again? You done?
You know, I didn't think I'd do the last one. And then it came to us and they offered it again because it's hard.
Yeah.
But it is unique.
Yeah,
And
you're at sea with how many people? I mean, how many people are on that?
3,000 people, and we
talk
curate
about
the whole thing.
Oh.
The reason I love it is I basically turned it into a comedy festival.
Right.
And so I get to book like 20 friends, give comics work. My family comes, friends come, all my worlds collide.
I know.
But I do like 20 shows. I do programming from waking up to going to sleep. Every time I lose my voice, I get sick. But it's it's like, when will I ever get to do that? It's like wild. So I did it this last time, and I was pleasantly surprised. I had a blast, and I was like, I left. Before that, I was like, I don't think I'll do it again. And then I bit the bullet, and then I left that one going, I think I would do it even again. Something about this last one was like, it was right in the pocket.
Yeah.
We did it with Eric Andre. It was just a lot of fucking fun. And I think they might ask us to do it again, in which case I'd love to. But you know what's so crazy? All of my friends who I usually would book on it have blown up so big that like I can't even afford them anymore.
Yeah, Matt Rife will not return your phone calls.
He will not, no.
He's doing his own cruise.
Is he?
No,
He should.
No, but he could. He
If you're
definitely
listening,
could.
you could do it.
Can you imagine not one man on that? It would be a cruise ship filled with beautiful young women and Matt Rife on a boat.
Yeah, he's the only act.
It's just
That's all he
him
needs
on
to
the
do.
whole thing.
Yeah, he just walks around with a wireless mic on the ship. That's all it is. Just,
But he's also the deckhand and he's the captain.
Yeah.
He's out there doing all the jobs.
only person.
He's the only
It's
person.
an autopilot. I mean, he would make a good margin.
Yeah. What cruise line did you use? That's my favorite. When you asked me to do it, and I was out on the road, I said, there's no way I can fit it in the dates.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken. And Eric Andre he texted me 6 a.m. this morning, by the way. Weirdo. He does this all the time. He'll text me at 5 a.m. and be like, we need to finish that thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
Because him and I, and I'm like, okay.
No, that's what he does all the time.
It's
He's
like,
"Bitch,
okay,
when
let's do it then.
He's like, when are we going? He wants to go on like a tour of Staten Island, like a pizza tour.
It's fun.
I told him it's pizza tour.
He
Yeah.
always wants to do fun stuff, but he's like,
Yeah.
texted me and he said, why aren't you coming on that thing? I said, I don't know if I can. It's never going to work out date wise. I'd have to go back to it was just never going to work. And then as I was thinking about it, I thought, what line was it? Because right as you asked me, like a week later, somebody got in trouble. One of the lines. Like one of the, I don't remember which one, but someone got
for something.
I don't remember, but I remember reading, I was like, man, I hope it's not a whatever.
No, it's your people. It's Norwegian. That's what you are, right? You're Norwegian. Are you Norwegian?
Come on, dude, cut it out. After all these years, I'm Irish and Italian.
I know.
Scum and scum.
I know, but you
Trash and trash.
you can play Norwegian.
No, I could.
I can get a Norwegian vibe. You just
think
have to believe it.
That's too Nordic. Like I went out for Curb with Larry, and they initially wanted me to play the guy whose dog is named Adolf. I don't know if you ever seen that clip.
Yeah.
And I ripped the audition, and then he was like, "You don't look."
You ended up doing the Mocha Joe ones?
I did the Mocha Joes. Yeah.
What a fucking dream come true. It's
so
crazy how
fun.
many friends I have that were on that show. And that's something that was like the golden, it would be like a make-a-wish for me. You know what I mean?
That was to me like
Yeah.
if I was like, "Can I please just get on this?" There was only one other show that I wanted to be on, and I said I'll pay to be on it. I would physically pay.
Which one?
Was Baskets with Galifianakis.
Oh, for sure.
I used to have, I mean, not the same caliber. Obviously, Curb is just, but Baskets, I used to call my agent every week, and I'd be like, "Will you tell them I'll drive up there and I'll pay for myself and I'll."
Wow.
I just-
Do you know Zach?
No, but I mean, no.
I met Louis.
We met
Is that-
once.
Is that with Louis?
It was Louis. Louis produced it. Yeah.
No, Louis Anderson.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. But
Yeah,
he
you did
was on that.
Yeah, but doesn't Louis C.K. produce Baskets? Yeah, he wrote the pilot. Yeah, he wrote the yeah.
Oh,
right.
I didn't know that.
But that's what I thought you were saying. But Louis Anderson, Louis played his mother.
I met Louis once when I did the This Is Not Happening, and I was surprised to see that he knew the show, my show, and he was very generous, like very, very nice guy.
Nice when I met him. I only met him like one time, and he was super nice and sweet. And he was so good on that show.
Yeah.
He was so. I reference this clip all the time, but there's a clip where he's chugging a Gatorade, and
He played like the mom, right?
yeah, it's obvious that this was a bit, and Zach breaks, and they leave it in.
Oh, that's
which I think is
awesome.
fascinating.
That's
because
awesome.
you watch Zach is drinking, and he goes, and you see him drink, laugh because Louis chugs for way too long, and then he coughs. He goes, that hit the spot, and he's choked up, and it's so good. And you know that they were like,
Yeah,
leave it in.
absolutely.
We cracked. You can hear it. If you're a nerd and you're listening, like I was like intimately watching, and I looped it like 5 times. You can hear the people laughing. So
love
they
that
thought
shit.
it was going to break.
Yeah, I
They
love
thought
it.
they were like, we'll have to cut.
won't cut- yeah,
Nah,
they-
they put it in.
they left it in.
But I begged to be on that show too. For some reason, I was like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was so subversive and weird and so specific.
It was. With Curb, did you just get the call, or did you will it? Did you push it out there? Be like, I want to get.
Allison Jones, who casted it, had cast me in a bunch of. She's been she did a
She
lot
knows.
for me.
She knows your caliber.
She did a lot for me. She's better than I am.
Oh,
and
you've done for her.
no.
She cast you, but then you deliver.
Yeah, but I mean, she's got.
She wouldn't keep casting you if you didn't.
I keep
benefit.
I'm paying her.
Her, yeah.
I'm paying
Or
her.
you pay her.
I
yeah.
pay her
One
very
of those
well.
two things.
But she called and said, "I think they want to see you for this thing."
Nerves?
Honestly,
I feel like you don't get nerves.
pure excitement, like
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah.
Like remember what it felt like. And this is funny because I was driving to the West Side, and the only reason I reference this is because there's a bunch of baseball fields on the way to their office, West Side, and I was thinking feels just like when I was going to a baseball game as a kid.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you're in the car with all your friends and you're like,
Yeah, I was nervous.
oh no, but I was excited. I was like, I can't wait to get out there, dude.
I was gonna get beaned.
Oh, you were. So you were.
Yeah,
See,
two
I was always a
different
kid that
frames
was a
of mind,
lunatic. That was like,
I was like, this
wait
kid's
till
gonna-
they see us get out of the car. Like, because with your friends, you're like, we're undefeated. We're not. We lost almost every game we
Yeah,
played. But
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, we're the best. We're the coolest. He has big league chew. Like, my confidence was like. So it's not nerves as much as like the anxiety of like, I want to get in there so bad.
Sure.
And then when I got in there, he's the most playful dude. He's like the most like.
Yeah. You got into the buzzer, man.
He's just giving you right off the window. He's
He
maybe
is.
the most generous dude on earth.
That's awesome.
He just is giving you alley-oops. He's like, he'll
You've
say
taken
a
it
thing.
a bunch of times. How much leeway do you actually have?
He gave me, when I did the first character, we did like 5 minutes of improv, and then he was like, you don't look like a Nazi, dude.
Oh, so you
And I was like, come on, I
literally-
look like a Nazi. I'm a Nazi.
Let me show you something. No.
And then he said, go out in the hallway.
Oh, this was auditioning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just with him. It wasn't really like a.
Oh,
it was
so
just
you went straight to doing it with him?
with him and the casting director.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she came out and she was like, Larry says no to that. And I was like, fuck. And then he was like, no. She's like, no. We're finding something else. There's this other thing he likes. It was like a blue collar plumber. And I'm building this toilet for him from his dream. And the thing that I think broke him the most was I said, we'll have like a shield, and when it detects your penis, it'll go boop boop boop, penis detected, and then woo.
That was in.
And but I did it in the audition.
Right, that was in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I did that in the when we were playing, and he laughed.
And he laughed. Oh, that's so cool.
It felt good. Yeah.
Did he know you?
He had known of me, but
Okay.
we've never met. We had never met formally.
Okay.
No. But I kept doing that in the room. I did, woot, woot, woot. You know, I'd be like, and then the bigger the dick, the woot.
Right,
the
yeah,
more-
yeah, right.
And then I think he was just so enamored by how dumb it was that he
Yeah.
was like, all right, get out of here.
I had my only encounter with him. It was recently. It was like maybe a week before the end of the NBA season. I went to a Knicks game, and you know, have you been to a Knicks?
Yeah, one time, and I need to go back because it's like one of the most. It's. I know this sounds annoying to you. You're gonna hate it. It feels like a Laker game when Lakers
Sure.
are. It's like the most fun.
Yeah,
It's the most fun.
Yeah, and you know, like whoever the guests are, whatever, they have that room up there for them. You know, where you sit and you eat, and they usher you back and
Yeah.
forth and whatever. And so you go in like little groups when they have to go up and down. You go in the elevator, like they have an escort. And so we're in the elevator. We're about to go down to go to the court, and it's pretty full. There's a few other notable people in there, and he's with Susie Essman, and they're each with their partner, whatever have you, whatever. And the elevator guy, like he holds it open. He's like, "Oh," and Larry gets in like dead last, and we were already settled in, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Larry David!" So it's like it already is kind of quiet because it's like it's fucking Larry David, but it also is like we were already about to close, and then he shoehorned himself in a bit, you know.
Right.
It was tight. It was already tight, so it was
He
tight.
Larry Davided a Larry David.
He did.
Yeah.
And so when he got in and the doors closed, like that was the elephant in the room. And he goes, "I appreciate you guys let me squeeze in and holding it for me." And his back was pushed up against my chest. So he was like, his ear was like right here. And I just like leaned into his ear and I was like, "Oh, we really didn't have a choice."
Did he respond?
He laughed, man. I
Oh,
was like,
that's
"Fuck
great."
yeah." And he turned around and goes, "Well, I assure you, if it was the other way around, I wouldn't have waited for you." And I was like, I had my curve moment.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
I had it. I had
That's
it in
better
real
than
life.
TV.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have waited for you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was like, yes, man.
I love when you hear those stories that validate exactly what should have happened.
Yeah.
You're like, and that's exactly how we wanted it to
Right.
go.
And I said, I hope he's playful. I mean, how could he? I mean, he maybe gets it all the time, but I was like, I couldn't. It was right there.
But in that instance, he was almost waiting. You know when you're waiting,
Yeah.
when you know someone's gonna say something, and you almost want to go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Say
right.
it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. So
Yeah.
go ahead and do the thing.
Yeah, man.
I like to be playful, but sometimes as comics we forget that not everybody is.
Right.
So this morning. I went and got my wife's oil changed in the truck.
Is that what you guys are calling it now?
Honestly, dude, this is a family show. So yeah, we're not gonna say
Yeah.
I plugged her.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
say
that's
that,
disgusting.
Right.
So I'm pumping her, and I go to get her oil change, and the woman says, you know, she looked young and fun and kind of like light and airy, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing? Here for an oil change?" I go, Is this not a bowling alley? I wanted to go, is this not a bowling alley? And then she goes, a bowling alley? And I go, I was just looking to roll a couple rocks in the morning. And I'm still kind of waiting for her to be like, shut up. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she goes, no, it's, and I go, yes, I'm here for an oil change. She goes, okay, but just be a minute. And then she walked away a little uncomfortable, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I have to pull up and see her again. She's like, have you been here before? I'm like, no.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You never know.
Will you come back?
Yeah. It's funny because it's such a letdown when people.
Yeah, I was
don't
like, just
along.
play. It's so stupid. Of
Yeah,
course
yeah,
I'm.
yeah.
Of course I'm kidding. But too much play, bad.
Yeah.
Then when it doesn't stop, it's
Kid and play.
now.
That's been a minute.
Where are they?
I always wanted that.
Where are they?
To try that haircut.
Kids or plays?
Kids.
Yeah, kids.
Kids.
Kids
right?
was tall.
Yeah, kids
right?
was tall. Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
Simpson.
Yeah, that's something else though, isn't it? And why isn't that coming back?
Well, dude, I did House Party, the remake of House Party. Do you know
You
that?
did?
I did it. I was in it for like 0.5 of a second. Yeah.
No way. That came out a few years back.
I don't know. It bombed pretty hard.
Yeah. The dorky white neighbor. Oh, you were. Oh,
Why would you? No. Why would you say that?
You nailed that audition though, right?
Thank
Right on.
you.
Yes, thank you.
Didn't audition.
Okay. Oh,
That one, they're like, who's the biggest dork white? Who could juxtapose?
that's dope. So you're getting calls like out, like you got the role, like we
Yeah,
just-
but this is not like a super common thing. It's not like
sure, but
I'm not fielding a million call like give it to. No, it was like, hey, they want you for this thing that it's one little piece.
Yeah.
They show up to the house.
Yeah.
And you're the neighbor at the front door, and you know.
Who is Kid and Play? Like who is the?
Oh, they made an appearance in it.
Oh, they did. But
But
who
the
was
two
it?
young guys that did
Okay.
it, right? There were two young actors that like kind of duped as. It's not the same story, but it's the
Yeah.
same. You know what I mean? It's the
I
same
see
idea.
I see Kid every now and again. I'll see him pop up somewhere and say,
I thought you meant you see him around New York.
say some stuff. No, like in media or whatever.
So bad.
But I haven't
He lives
seen
in
Play.
Washington Square Park. Kid.
He does.
Yeah, he lives
Does
there now.
Really?
Yeah, he lives there now.
All right, so he's doing well. Play I haven't heard of since the party.
Now, Play is not playing anymore. He stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid and stop. He's
What about
over.
what about this? What about Crisscross? You know, one of them died.
I did hear about that. What did he die of? Was it something tragic?
I
Please
hope-
don't say.
I,
No.
I don't hope he lied.
Did
but
Chris
I
die
hope
or
I'm not
Cross
saying
die?
that. I don't know if it was Chris or Cross, but you know, what happened to them? Like they came in and
Well, they were formed by a
Dupree,
creepy
right?
manager.
Oh, I thought it was like Jermaine Dupri or somebody.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they were like formed as a
Yeah.
boy group.
But
sold,
they had 2 or 3 hits. I mean, when that song came out,
Jump.
it was just
He's wiggity, 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 whack.
stop the presses. It
So
was,
good.
That was it.
Did you wear pants backwards for a little while?
I didn't wear pants
I
backwards.
tried it twice.
Did you really?
Yeah, and
I
then
think I tried to wear like my watch backwards or something. I tried to dip a toe. Yeah, I tried to dip a toe.
I tried it a few times.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, cut it out. It was also impossible to pee. You'd have to reach your arms backward to
Yeah.
unbutton.
You don't think about that when you're trying to get into
like a
I
Halloween
wore my
costume.
hat backwards, and everyone was like, "You're trying to be crisscross." So I
You
was like-
are.
I just stopped it.
You know what's so funny? There is I never wear a backwards hat because in my mind, I look like I just look like an idiot with a backwards hat. Some guys can pull it off.
understand. I
You can pull it off.
I luckily can pull off a backwards hat, but I
Why?
can't pull off a lot of things, and I'm glad I could pull that off.
What do you mean? You pull off a lot of stuff. This is hard.
You think this is hard?
I can't do that.
I think this is the most versatile shoe in existence. I think anybody.
I
could
can't
do
wear
this.
I can't
think
wear
you're selling
laceless
yourself
Vans.
short.
That's nuts for me. If I wore those, people go, "What's up with Santino?"
No way. That's
Way.
in your head. I'm looking at your feet right now. I'm doing a little thing in my mind
Yeah.
where I'm picturing them on your feet. It's something
Yeah.
I can do.
It's worth
and,
it.
They look. I wouldn't blink. I wouldn't bat an eyelash.
But let's be real about Vans. Can we for a second?
Please.
They aren't comfortable. They are convenient, but they're not comfortable.
Well, you got to dig a little deeper. They have a line called Comfort Cush.
This is Comfort Cush?
It is not, and I will tell you something. I have many pairs of Comfort Cush.
You do.
They do this level called the Vaults, which is like an elevated level of leather and comfort. And so I have those, but I have many Comfort Cush ones. This was a gift my friend gave me. He custom made them.
Oh, I see. That's cute in the back.
For the special, he wrote
Oh,
like the
that's
Vic
nice.
and the date on it. If he did for my special.
Yeah, the Vic in Chicago, Illinois.
Yes, your hometown.
And you can watch your special right now, available on YouTube. Shot and produced with 800-pound gorilla.
Correct.
Good
yes.
boy. Great crew.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
people over there.
Oh, they've been wonderful to work
You
with.
know, seriously, really good
Dead
people.
serious, yeah.
Terrified.
Yeah.
Go watch it right now, please. We'll put the link in the description. I know I'm plugging a little bit. I know people find that annoying, but I don't care because it's my friend and I want to do it.
Thank
but
you.
let's get back to it. Honestly,
Yeah.
so what though?
So
Comfort
these
Cush
aren't-
is the way to go?
But believe it, and I have flat feet. I have such flat. Let me tell you how flat are they?
How
Don't worry about
flat
it.
are they?
I went to the doctor because I was in such pain like 20 years ago. And you know how doctors like they don't like when you self-diagnose. You know, like, oh, you go on WebMD,
makes
like,
sense.
let me do, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I went to this guy and I'm like, listen, my feet are really bad. It's like I have really bad flat feet and I need to do something about it. And he's like, all right, take off your shoes, you know, whatever. And he's like, he had that attitude like, I'll let you know what you have. Like it was coming off of him. And so I took off and I was standing and he was writing on a clipboard and he turned, I swear to God, he turned, he went, a doctor. He went, oh shit. Oh shit. Like you could see my foot almost goes this way. Like I walk on like two, like I'm a rocking horse.
Right.
For a child, you know, like how and he was like, oh shit, you have bad feet. And I was like, no, I told you.
How? Why?
So you would think that these aren't the comfort, but they're not bad. And I just want to say this. I just want you to give them another chance on the whole as a brand.
I have one pair of Vans and I do not wear them and I won't. They're so flat and they hurt my stupid little feet.
I understand because Converse, I used to wear the Chuck Taylors and I had to stop doing that.
Right.
Because I don't know who they think they're kidding.
Well-
How did basketball players run up and down the court in those things, man?
Yeah, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson both signed a massive deal with Converse, and those were unbelievably uncomfortable shoes. Not just for basketball, just
How
for
about
life.
Seto support as well.
What are we talking about?
That
There's nothing
ankle,
there. It's cloth.
Thin sheet of canvas.
Yeah, it's just cloth. It's just someone didn't paint with it, so they put it on shoes.
Unreal.
I don't understand. I never got that. Also, I was a kid. I don't know about you, but as a basketball player, my whole life, I saw guys in low tops. It blew my mind. I was like, no chance. Always got to go high tops.
Yeah.
Then the new generation, nobody really wears high tops.
Yeah.
All the kids like the low tops. And you play. I got a pair. My buddy, runs this company. He sent me a pair. Unbelievable. The support is so good on the low tops. It feels like a high top.
Oh, yeah, they get the thick around the thing now. I noticed you
How
have
old
a
are we, by the
custom-
way? It
Yeah.
feels like it should.
Yeah, what?
The low feels like the high.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They finally
incredible.
found a way to bring both
I
worlds
know.
together.
What is this? How come I have a what?
I see that you have a custom made, looks like a Travis Scott one up there, but
This
that's
is-
been repainted.
This is custom. This is a custom job.
Yeah.
A young man. That's from Shoe Generous, isn't that from him? That did the cheeseburger. Yeah.
That's already an expensive shoe,
and he customed it.
and he custom.
Yeah,
over it.
he peels
I have
apart other ones and then
Yeah.
puts them back together
And he just sent that to you as a gesture.
as a homie. He did that for my special because it's
Cheeseburger.
yeah, and then we have the other one is out there and it has the burger on the tongue and everything.
Oh, that's really
It's
nice.
incredible.
That's nice.
It's
It's
like
nice that you put it up there.
Well, shout out. You know what I mean? He also made me Travis Scott golf shoes.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not overdo it.
Yeah, you got friends.
I like you,
You
but I
gotta,
don't
you
need
gotta
to
make
hear
more
all of
friends.
the
You
stuff,
gotta get
you
more
know?
friends. First of all, let's not talk about it because you and the sneaks. I know you have. Let's guess how many pairs of sneakers you have for real. Do you know the number?
I know a ballpark. Maybe.
Okay, let me guess. I'm gonna go. McConey, you can guess too. How many sneaks do you think he has in his closet?
In here, we pour whiskey, whiskey.
I'm a traveling man. Hit a lot of stops. Pretty good. I like to travel. That's why I like Viator. Been using Viator for quite a while. My buddy Bobby Lee bought me a little gift. And I was very appreciative of it when I was traveling around Europa. Viator is a tool you can use to plan and book travel experiences around the world. The Viator app and website makes it easy to explore 300,000 plus travel experiences so you can discover what's out there no matter where you're traveling or what you're interested in. When we travel, it is so hard. You don't know where you're going to go or what you're going to do. And a lot of times you get kind of stuck doing the same old stuff or following the same tourist routines. Viator has so many bookable experiences with real traveler reviews. You can see people that already did the things that you're considering. And it's got small little things or very big, fully immersive, wonderful experiences on that app. It's something to see, by the way. I'm very impressed with what they put together. And when they say 300,000 plus travel experiences to choose from, they mean it. It is so many things. And so if you're running around this summer, you're going somewhere, you're traveling, why not try it? It's free cancellation, all right, which helps you plan for the unexpected. Plus, Viator offers 24/7 customer support. You know you're going to get support if things aren't going as planned, which they sometimes do on vacation. Download the Viator app now. Use that code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find the perfect travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator. Hey, did you have a little bit too much fun when you were young and you spent a little bit money that you didn't have? That's why there's Kikoff, huh? If, you got bad or below average or non-existent credit, it can hold you back from buying a house, a car, even moving into a new place. That's why Kikoff is here. It's the fastest, easiest way to jumpstart your credit. Get a little bit closer to those goals. There's no credit check required, all right? We've all been in debt. I was in debt for a long time when I moved to Los Angeles. It was very, very tough. And look, like many people, if you're a user with credit under 600, you can use Kikoff and increase your credit by an average of 30 points in the first month. That is very, very good. It's simple. You make on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit simply grows. Kikoff is so simple to use. Sign up in minutes from your phone. Start building credit right away. Use AutoPay to build credit while you sleep. Don't worry about missing a payment. No credit check. You can cancel at any time. It's the number one credit building app out there right now. A lot of people are using it. A lot of people need the extra help getting back to the place that they need to go to, myself included. I had a tough time when I was building back my credit after moving to LA and buying a couch and buying a car and trying to get your life in order. So things like this can very much help you get back to where you need to be on the right track. Join over 1 million people building credit with a Kikoff credit account today. Get your first month for $1. Pretty good. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkikoff.com/whiskey today. That's Kikoff without the C. That's getkikoff.com/whiskey. Must sign up via getkikoff.com/whiskey to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kikoff customers first month only. Subject to approval. Average impact of 30-point increase in the first month based on Equifax Vantage Score 3.0 changes for the Kikoff Premium. Customers with starting credit below 600 who made their first on-time payment between January 2021 and March 2024. Payment and credit activity outside Kikoff have an impact on your credit. Terms and conditions may apply. Offer subject to change. Individual results may vary. I think, God, that's good. I'm gonna $1 you right now. I'm gonna go 106.
Wait, what are you saying? I have 106?
Yeah,
and you're saying I
106
have
pairs.
325?
No, he said 125.
Oh, so 326, and you said that's low.
I was kidding.
Okay, you were kidding about it being low, and he knew that, and then he came down to
Yep.
125.
And I said 106.
105, 106.
How much?
My ballpark estimation about 260.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
You're sick.
I could be wrong.
You're sick.
Yeah.
You're sick.
I've slowed down too. I've slowed down a lot.
At that point, what are you're buying a pair of shoes every week?
When I was like really into it, probably
Wow.
probably multiple a week.
Now, what do you do with them now? Now that you're a grown up, you're a big boy, and
Yeah.
you have your family, and then at some point, what do you do? You sell them? What do you do?
I've sold and traded, but right now I just have them. You know, some are in storage and some are, and they're dispersed in 2 different closets in my house. And I really like, you know what? And I'm a simple guy as far as the baseline clothing. I'll wear like solids
Same.
and everything, and then I use the shoe for the flair.
That's the
You know
pop.
what I'm saying? And so I'll like to just like, you know, I like to wear different shoes.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
it feels like a refresh, like when you get a haircut or something.
Oh.
You know, and since I have so many, they all stay in pretty good condition. So when I put them on, they always feel fresh, and it gives me a little pep.
I like it.
Yeah, it does.
No, I think it's a nice. I look. I was in it for a while, and then I got out, and
I'm probably on my way out.
I got out, and I
just a
gave
lot.
away a lot, which I think people were a little shocked by.
Yeah, I give away a lot. Not any ones that are really expensive.
See,
but
I gave away a couple that I shouldn't have given away.
yeah,
I don't care. What am I gonna? I'm gonna die.
I understand this.
Who gives a shit?
My whole thing is like I feel like the thing's just gonna fall out. Like the whole market's gonna fall out,
100%.
and then it's gonna be like worth nothing. And some of them I buy, like I'll still spend some money on some of them, but I know they're still gonna go up after that. But I like to wear them too.
See, I'm the opposite. The price, if it's too high, I get weirded out, and then because I know me, I'm gonna wear them to death anyway.
Yeah.
I don't not wear anything. If I have it, I gotta wear it, gotta use it, I just feel like I've never been a guy who's like saves it and looks at it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm gonna wear that,
Yeah.
and I'm probably gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Like one of the first days I got like a nice pair. I got I got Travis Scott black on blacks, and it rained in New York.
Black on blacks.
Yeah, the black on blacks.
What do you mean the black on black?
What do you mean, Travis Scott black on black? It's black and black.
Which shoe is it? Which shoe?
With the
Is it the
Jordan 1
Jordan?
low black on black.
Was that a Friends and Family, or is that a
No.
Oh, that was a later on release that wasn't as
I need to look it
hot
up for you.
like as that wasn't.
Oh,
as,
I'm sure it wasn't as popular as the early shit.
Yeah.
This
That didn't come across my desk.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love these.
Because I did have a drought. I felt like there was like a year that I like
Look
just
at that. I
didn't look
love
at it.
black shoes.
Yeah.
Love black shoes, and it's all black.
Oh yeah, I
with the
know,
white
'cause it
stitching.
had the outline. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
did
great.
catch these.
So I got those the first day
Yeah.
in New York. I slap them on. I'm walking out of the restaurant. Pouring rain.
Yeah.
And I was like, honey.
Yeah.
So now like the suede is totally ruined.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun though.
Yeah, I could see that.
You got to, I think
You're there now. Just embrace it.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to suck it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got 2 more seasons of your show coming. You just told me that off camera, which congratulations.
Thanks, yeah.
So huge.
That's
Huh?
wild, right? I don't know. 13 years now we're doing this thing. Wow. Almost 300.
It's going to be you guys and Always Sunny.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Well, they're the longest
you're
running-
pals with those guys,
Yeah,
right?
a couple of them,
I've
yeah.
never met them. I admire them so much. We're the exact same age. We started at the same time. They're way more talented and successful. But
There's a lot of untalented people who work on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
I went and saw their live podcast in Philly.
Oh,
And
really?
I was invited to like go backstage a little bit, but then I was like, I just thought better of it. I just didn't want to bother them after it, and I didn't want to also like, you know, I don't want to meet him and like the circumstances weren't great, and then I had like a bad experience with him.
You didn't want that to happen.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
want that to happen.
I get that. That's
'Cause
smart.
I really do like him a lot.
You got a celebrity experience like that where it's like it gives you heed because you're like, oh, I remember when I did that thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm not that guy. I never really approach anybody. I'm never really like in awe. You know, there's only a short list of people where I'd be like, oh my god, like
Who's that? Who's the oh my god? Who's your oh my gods?
Oh,
Taylor
boy.
Swift,
Taylor,
Willie Nelson.
Both of these go without saying. No, I don't know. Like probably like a who the fuck knows? I don't know, like a Martin Short or like a Steve Martin, something like that. You know,
Both so cool.
yeah, like something like that. You know, but I really don't even know. You know, but
Right.
I know that it's a short list. But I went to I don't know if this person should be named.
Give it to me. You could do it, baby. Hey, if they did it, you can do it.
Because you know what it is? I'm on the other end of this and I understand. And
I know.
So I always think of it like if someone comes up to me, make believe it's like, if it's older, like if my mom or dad went up to a celebrity, how would I want them to treat that person? Well, first of all, I don't treat anyone bad, but I just don't want to bother anyone. And like sometimes people come up to us like right in the middle of eating or like right in the middle of an intimate moment. And it's like, you know, you try to oblige them, but it is like a little bit weird. So I never really want to bother anybody. But I was at, it was in Nashville, and I was at this hip motel. They made this motel into like, they redid it and made it into like a retro motel.
Kind of an oxymoron, hip motel.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But it was still divey, but it was like chic divey.
Was it expensive?
I wasn't staying at the motel, but they have like a bar, and then they have like this pool area.
Ooh.
And it's all fancy. There's all like, it looks like old, like, I don't know. And it's a scene. It was a scene.
Right.
I was brought to it. I don't know the scenes anymore. I was brought to it. And
I'm not in the scene anymore.
no.
They bring me to the scene. I get in the scene, then I
happen
go.
to be brought to the scene.
The dive
Yeah,
motel?
that's it. Yeah, I guess appropriately named then. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Tough
Is
one
it
to
still
miss.
a thing?
The dive motel.
Yeah, I wasn't staying there. I was going to the party. They have a
You
pool
said that
party.
twice. I get
yeah,
it.
I wasn't staying there for everybody. I
Yeah.
don't want my stock to drop. But
Yeah.
no.
I left the Four Seasons to go to the motel. I've said that 3 times now.
Yeah, I think the rooms are cool. I think they redid each one in their own way. Anyway,
Well,
point
how would
being,
you know? You didn't stay there.
Because it was a buzz.
Liar. He stayed there.
all right.
Dive motel. This is the kind of guy who stays at your establishment and doesn't respect you enough to say he stayed there. I'll stay there when I go to Nashville.
You ever go to like a veterans post, like a VW post?
Oh, like a VFW?
A VFW.
Oh,
yeah,
love.
VFW.
Love.
The Volkswagen. Yeah, VFW. Like, you know how that is?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, fucking paneling,
Right.
wood paneling.
Right.
And it's like, it smells.
The ceiling is stained with cigarette smoke.
Stained with like
Love.
water dripping, like
Ugh.
that kind of thing. They kept their bar like that.
Oh, I love that.
So it is like, it's literally like they didn't touch the thing. It's a dive. But then the rooms were nice in the pool. And do you know this guy, Leon Bridges?
the musician, yes.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
talented.
Love the guy.
Very, very talented. Go on.
Huge fan. I mean, there was a minute,
He's
and there was like
great.
a good 6 months in there or more where like he was like my number one, what I was into.
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Is that Leon
no,
Bridges?
that's
Aloe Black,
Yes.
Aloe Black, and that was racist. I do need to find out. I'm so sorry, but I do know Leon Bridges. Do I not? I just can't remember.
you're like,
the
oh,
song.
I know him, Georgia.
Leon Bridges. Let's see his. Oh yeah, Texas Sun. We know that one.
Sure.
With Khruangbin. Never know how. Khruangbin.
Who I'm a
Khruangbin.
huge fan
Love
of.
'em.
Seen them like 5 times as well.
I love him too, but let's be honest. Sometimes if I Khruangbin
Yeah.
on the Spotify at the house,
Yeah.
it sounds a lot alike. A lot alike. A lot of songs a lot alike.
I get that. I
Yeah.
totally get that.
At some point, I go,
definitely-
you got to. I got this. Is
Yeah,
you gotta
it
change
hits the ceiling. Yeah.
yeah.
But they have their own unique sound, and some of their stuff is upbeat, and some of them know you can get into that kind of like space, and you got to be in the mood.
You got to be in the mood, but they're good. But they are very, very talented.
Found them through him because they opened for him on the tour.
Texas Sun.
Yeah.
So what did Leon do?
So Leon,
He was staying there, by the way.
he was so this is what happened. So he had his first album came out. It was amazing. It was a throwback soul album.
Yeah.
You know, all sorts of accolades. And then he follows up with a second album, completely different sound, just as good. I think he's on like his 5th album, and he's done it 5 times. He's done 5 sounds now.
Wow.
But he lost me after the second album only just because of I just had this thing associated with it, and I just felt bad after that. I blame myself.
No.
He came to this thing, and so at this party, there's a DJ, and everyone's like hip there, you know, like I mentioned the hipness, and he comes in, and he's in like, this is a guy that is like can dress like, I mean, an icon of fashion. He comes in with like these bell-bottom, like bell-bottom, like leisure suit pants, platform shoes. He's got a shirt, silk shirt open to here, tons of chains. Got a big hat, tilted this way. You know what I mean? Pulling it off like he looks like he invented the whole style.
Right.
It's hard to miss him. The place only holds like 150 people.
You know it's him.
He walks in. I'm a fan.
Right.
So I walk in. I go, oh my God, it's Leon Bridges. Right. So I say to my girl, and I was with Chrissy, actually, Stefano. And
Your girl. That's your girl.
I was with Chrissy. I was with my girl, and yeah.
And Chrissy.
Yeah. And no one there even blinks an eye. Now, I don't know if it's because he's in Nashville, it's a music town, or they don't know him, or everyone's playing it cool as well. Nobody's bothering. He walks in with some people, and he's having a good time.
Yeah.
He's at his little area, and he's dancing like nobody's watching. He really
Love.
is dancing like no one's watching. And so I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to bother him at all, but I'm saying to myself, he doesn't even mind. Like, all eyes could be on him. He doesn't care. Like, he's not trying to, you know.
Right.
And eventually, he moves to the DJ booth, which is at the top end of it, at the front of the pool. And like everyone else is in the pool and all the other chairs are over there. So he's actually segregated, not in a way that, but he what's a bad
Careful.
choice of words?
It's a bad word.
Okay.
Separated is right there too.
Separated.
Yeah, that's
is
right.
what he
It's
did.
next door.
Yes. He went to the back of the pool and no, wait. Okay. So he's up there and now he's dancing like he's practically doing the electric slide. and we're like we're there a few hours and the place is thinned out.
Right.
And I would say there's like maybe 40 people there. And he's at the front of the pool, like literally like doing moves like he's in a music video.
Love.
And I'm about to leave and so I've recently spoke about how I'm married. Mm-hmm. And so
For that moment, you thought, if Leon Bridges is interested,
yeah, I was like, I would
these
leave
rooms
her-
are only $176 on Expedia.
Yeah, let's dive into this. So my lady was there, and it was before we were married, and we had two choices for our wedding song.
No.
Yeah, and one of them was an old song, and I keep that one. I don't know.
I know what it is.
I'll tell you what it is.
No, but I do
Or
know.
you could bleep it out. You know what it is?
I know what it is.
I wish you would have come to my wedding.
I would have loved to come.
Yeah, I don't know if we were that.
Hold on.
You'll
Yeah.
never get it.
No, I do know.
And I wish you did.
I do know.
If you said it,
If I said it right now, you'd lose your shit.
I'd probably rip my dick off.
Get ready, Whiskey Ginger listeners.
Patreon.
For the first time. Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I probably wouldn't be the same person after that. There'd be my life before you guessed it and my life after you guessed
I
it.
really wonder because I got it.
It's
Just give me,
old.
at least give me the decade.
It's old, 70s.
Oh, not that old. I went to 50s in
Okay,
my mind.
no, yeah.
I went to like My Girl type of.
No.
No, I know. 70s.
I'll-
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, that one I'll give it to you like off.
Okay, give it to me off.
Well, I'll give it to you right now. Just don't put it in.
Nah, we don't need to make the work. We'll do
But
it
I would
off
love
there.
to see what you think about it. So don't make the work.
Yeah,
you drop my
bleep. But
voice
yeah,
down?
they'll bleep it out. Joe will bleep it out.
Okay.
I wish we could just leave it in and let people know what it is. It's
I
so
know.
beautiful. Well, you didn't? Did you
maybe
use
I'll-
it? Did you use it?
That we chose that, and I'm really glad I did because it's
Beautiful.
timeless. But it was between that and one of his songs.
What was the song of his?
Can you pull up his second album? I think,
This is how unimportant it was. It didn't stick.
no, I know it. It's just like right now my head
Yeah,
is a
your
little
head. Yeah,
scrambled.
because you're into
Beyond.
Beyond. Yeah, it's got to be. I could have guessed it without
Yeah,
just the title
It's
alone.
a beautiful
Imagine if it
song.
was bad news. We like what he's saying. We don't like the title.
It's a beautiful song, man, and it resonated with me the same way the other one did.
Sure.
And and so I'm about to leave, and
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'm a huge fan, but like, maybe it'd be cool for him to know that we might, And I
Yes.
didn't tell him it was between two.
By the way, that's a beautiful tidbit to go. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
We were thinking about using your song for our wedding. We're getting married soon. I just want to let you know. As an artist, you would come on. You'd be like, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm so nervous that he would see, because I talked about it one other time. I'm nervous he might, for some reason, see
Oh,
it
come
and then
on.
hate my guts. I'm not painting him as a bad guy. I put it on myself.
You sure did.
So because he was literally doing the hustle, I was like, he's clearly open to whatever.
yeah.
And there was only 30 people, and so right before we left, I got up and I said, I'm gonna go tell him. Why not?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man. I was playing this guy's albums like all day long for like 6 months, seen him in concert, all that stuff. So I go up, and as I'm walking, I pass one of his friends, and his friend looks at me. He's like, whatever, no recognition, didn't know who I was or anything. And he's dancing, and as I come up to him, he's by the DJ booth, and I kind of like, again, his friend's there, him and the DJ, and that's it. So I'm right in front of him, and I'm like, the music was loud and he was dancing. I just was like, and he kind of looked at me for a second. And he was dancing. He didn't stop dancing, and he kind of like didn't really like, he actually looked at me a little bit like, what do you want? Like, what are you about to say? Like, what is this about? Which is fine. And then he leaned in and he goes, and I go, hey, I don't want to bother you. And it's so funny because here I am saying the things that like
Bother
people,
you. Yeah.
And no, they don't bother me, but I get it, and I don't
Yeah.
do this a lot. And so I said, she was standing like 10 feet behind me. I go, we're just huge fans. He's like, and I said, seen you in concert like 5 times. We've seen you in concert a bunch. He goes, yeah. And I go, and just figured I'd let you know we're going to get married, and we wanted to use this, your song as our wedding song. and he was like kind of still dancing and kind of still furrowed, like it didn't really matter really in a way, a little bit like, and then he just went, "That's what's up," and then he just turned and fucking did another move.
But
And I
that
just
is
was like,
what's up.
I was just like standing there, and I was like, and then I was just like turned and just like kind of like you know when Homer goes into the bushes.
Yeah.
I just did that, and like, look, he wasn't mean. He wasn't really warm or receptive. But I approached him in the middle of him having a good time at a party. I probably said something to him that he's heard 100 million times. In my head, I was thinking it's going to be special. But his music is so good that I'm sure he's fucking heard. I'm sure he's been hired to sing at a goddamn wedding, you know?
I think
and I
you're
just was
both-
like, I bother. I did that thing where I couldn't just let it lie. I couldn't just let this guy be here and be cool in his big hat and his platforms, doing the hustle. I had to go up to him and tell him, I'm using you as in my wedding song, you know?
Yeah, no, but it was fine. Honestly, but he also responded fine. I'm
Yeah.
on his side a little bit too. Because I would have been like, if I could say that to people, if I had the
Well, that's what's up.
That's
It's a
what's up is like the
wonderful-
dopest line.
Yeah.
If somebody's like, dude, your comedy, love your comedy. If I could get away with that's what's up without someone being like, what?
Yeah,
Without
yeah.
like laughing in my
Yeah.
face.
I've said that's what's up.
I can't do that.
I've said it.
If a
Try
fan
it.
is like, dude, I love your
Get
stuff, and
yourself
you're like,
a pair
that's
of
what's up.
Vans
Can't do it.
and walk around that whole day saying that's what's up.
Can't do it. Here's
But-
how I respond to that. Say, hey man, love your stuff. Say
Hey
that.
man, love your stuff.
Thank you, man. That's it. I can't.
No, I don't. I mean, it's that's what's up. Is not at the ready for
It's
me.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool line.
Well, he's very cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that's what's up.
I know. You wanted that. You wanted this. That's what you wanted. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Mike, this dude and
Or
his
even like
wife
a
are going to
give me a
use
little
their.
dap
And
me or
dap you
something,
up
you know?
and go, and then tussle your hair and go, I
Yeah.
love you, kid. And
Yeah,
then throw
yeah,
his
yeah,
jersey
yeah.
to you.
Yeah, but it was like, what do you want? And then, oh, okay, that's fine.
Which is
Cool.
funny because you got a nice face. You're not You're not a guy that I would go, what's this guy up to?
I feel like I have a gentle way.
No, you do, and you do. Your approach, your gait is nice. You don't have like a lumberous like, "Hey, my wife and I. You don't have that
no,
at all.
I'm not a bull in a china.
No, you're not one of those
I wasn't
goons.
charging toward
That's
him.
right. So no, I understand. I had a moment. You said that when you said first album, second album. Anderson .Paak made Malibu. Malibu was the name, right? And it just came out and it was a banger.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
And he got on a flight next to me with a crew. And maybe this is my stupid little ego, but I thought, he looked over at me and was like, what up? That could have been just a human what up.
Right.
But then I was like, oh, does he maybe know who I am?
Yeah, yeah.
That would be fucking rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably not. But he like acknowledged me and then he looks up at the bin. This is just a funny moment, nothing negative. But he looks up at the overhead and he like starts moving some of the backpacks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
The backpacks.
The backpacks, sorry. So he's moving the backpacks and first of all, he's right. Because backpacks are supposed to go underneath. Those are for overhead bags.
If you listen to the announcement.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to pay attention, then why are you on the plane in the first place? So you can tell he's moving the backpacks to the side because he's making room. And I was like, thank God mine's not up there because I didn't want to be the guy to go, that's mine.
Yeah.
And then I was waiting for the guy to go, sir, can you not move that? My laptop is in. I was
Right.
waiting for that guy.
Right.
And it didn't happen because I think people were nervous to say anything because he's like kind of a big personality. Again, he's dressed dope.
You could tell when someone's a star.
Yeah, he looks cool.
It's important.
Me and you get on the plane and they're like, is that guy from the bullshit thing
right,
that I
right.
don't like? And,
Right.
and we're like, it is.
Yeah.
And he's moving the box and his friend is right behind him and as he moves it, and then he turns around because I see no luggage in this man's hand. So I think, what is that for? And he turns around, his friend is behind him and he grabs, dude, thank God I've been in comedy. I would have lost it laughing if I did. Have you ever seen those big boombox speaker boxes? They're fucking this big.
yeah.
They're hilariously large.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It's like 3.5 feet and it's huge. The circumference is massive. It's
Yeah.
like a foot. He grabs from his boy. It has a shoulder strap. That's how big that
they
fucking
do so-
thing is.
yeah,
You've
yeah.
seen this
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
He takes from his boy. He goes, I got it. And he turns and he puts that in the overhead bin. And no luggage. With no luggage. It was so funny. And he closed it really slow and then sat down and put on headphones. And I was like, I love this guy.
He travels with the essentials.
I love this guy.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
bag. That was his travel. But I remember thinking, I had the moment where I was like, should I kind of want to,
Yeah.
and I didn't take it.
Yeah.
But, and only because he looked like we were just touring.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm going
Oh,
home.
yeah, for sure.
The flight was
Very
going back to
perceptive
LA.
of you.
Yeah, it was going back to LA. Anytime I see the guys going back to LA that I'm like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
I'm always like, leave him alone. He did
Yeah.
a thing and then he's got to go home.
Yeah.
And I know this is home and he's going to be like, hey man, I just did 7. I'm tired. Please go.
That's what I didn't do.
Well,
This guy was dancing for 2 hours.
Yeah, but you'd figure by that time he had outdanced himself, and you're like, maybe he needs a compliment.
He needs a compliment on his
He's
dancing.
still dancing right now at the dive
He never
motel.
left. I walked away and I did that thing where I was like, when you're like, I'm stupid. I'm a stupid idiot.
You're not.
And so I had a bad experience connected to the song. And so I said, I don't want to have that experience connected to this song. And so we chose the other one, which, it was a real tough call because one is contemporary and one is 40 years old.
Right.
And I was leaning the other way, maybe anyway, because it was already timeless to me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I did it just because I realize now that song, it just really, really resonates like with me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was different. And
Right.
when we danced to and everything, everybody was like, oh my God, this song. It was nice.
We had our first dance song was Eric Clapton, Cocaine. By the way, what an awesome, if you did come out,
That's so funny.
that'd be such a great song. To slow dance to Cocaine would be such a fucking...
Or even just like anytime, like just the Venetian hour even throwing it. You know what I mean? It's just a special time.
But it is funny that wedding songs, it is to see what people choose. That is such a vulnerable... Everyone's like, what is it going to be?
Yeah.
What are they going to... Is it going to be something I like that I know?
Dude, most of them suck, dude.
Well, most of them are pretty
like,
predictable.
Most of them are pretty predictable. Like,
Yeah.
everyone has this, like, I mean, I've been to 10 weddings with the same one. And it's also like the one that's like just had too much airplay and it just kind of, not to take away from it, but it's like, let's peel the onion a little.
Yeah,
bit,
and we're not going to say any songs because I know there's someone at home whose it was, and
we
you're
won't
going to be
say.
that guy, and then someone's
they
going to
know.
Yeah,
But
they know.
no.
Well, yeah, someone will get too much play. I think but it is tough. Ours was so small in Costa Rica with just our family.
Okay.
So it wasn't as formal. We didn't have any of that. It was a party with my
There
parents.
wasn't no fanfare.
We jumped in the pool after.
That's great.
Yeah, it was
I love
it was
that.
just
I
a
love
party.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you brought me back real fast though.
Yeah.
The one time I remember a semi-embarrassing moment. My dad and I were at an airport. Maybe we were at O'Hare in Chicago. I don't really remember. But Tom Selleck was like across the way. Big boy, by the way. Do you know Tom Selleck's he was a shouldered man.
Yeah, he's got some heft on.
Yeah, how tall? Look up Tom Selleck. I don't know how tall he was. And I was 8, 9,
Right.
whatever. 6'4". Big boy. Big shouldered man,
Yeah.
though. And broad man. And I said to my dad, I go, that's Tom Selleck. That's Tom Selleck.
You said that as an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I must have been 11. Let's say 11.
PI is where you got it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I said, that's Tom Selleck. And my dad goes, that is Tom Selleck. Loud enough for Tom Selleck to hear it. And
Purposely or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe joking a little bit.
yeah.
And I turned and I like shut down because he like turned and I was like, what will they do to us? Like a celebrity. It's like,
Sure.
can he have us killed?
Right.
It's Tom Selleck, Dad. Don't say that so loud. Nowadays, come on, no rules apply.
You would punch him right in the chops.
Yeah, dude.
You would have toggled on a mustache. He's like, Tommy!
Tommy! Yank, yank, yank.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, today's episode of Whiskey Ginger is brought to you by Rabbit Hole Distillery, straight from Louisville, Kentucky. These guys are seriously redefining the standards of bourbon. Love these cats. No shortcuts, no compromise, nothing left to chance, all right? All the details are there. The devil's in the details, baby, and they're making delicious, devilish sauce. It's no wonder that they keep racking up awards. They're bourbon and rye whiskeys. They went over to San Francisco World Spirits Competition, and they showed up and they showed out. They came to the West Coast, and they showed up. They were getting gold and double golds left and right. Can't stop that rain of medals. What sets them apart is a lot of people are, aged in charred barrels. A lot of bourbon is aged, but they're not toasted and charred. That's what Rabbit Hole does the best. Think about toasting a warm marshmallow over a fire, ready to squash it between some chocolate and some graham. Summer's around the corner, my friends. You want those deep, bold, caramelized flavors that make those sips rich and smooth. That's what Rabbit Hole has put together for you. They're all about keeping things tight, small batches, only 15 barrels at a time. If you're looking for the perfect gift, or you just want to treat yourself, treat yourself, girl. Rabbit Hole stands out as a one-of-a-kind choice. Head over to rabbitholedistillery.com and use promo code RABBIT for $5 off your first order. rabbitholedistillery.com. Use that promo code RABBIT for $5 off your order. Treat yourself or someone special to a bourbon that's crafted with passion, not just produced. Dive into the rabbit hole and discover something extraordinary. Life. It's tough. It is for everybody. But thankfully, you don't have to fight life on your own. okay? Protect your loved ones in minutes with ETHOS. It's affordable life insurance that's quick, easy, and all done online. No medical exams. I just had a medical exam, and I don't want to do that again. I had to do that to travel. I don't want to do it for my life insurance. Answer a few health questions for a quote and apply for coverage at ethoslife.com/whiskey. Hey, man, got to have life insurance. I'm getting a little bit older. Papa's 40. And as I get a little bit older, I want to make sure that my family is protected, and not having life insurance is a no-go. I've heard stories, horror stories, and if you know, you've also applied for life insurance, and it can be confusing and annoying, and people just avoid it then because it's tedious, and they wish it went differently. Well, I'm telling you, there's no medical exam required. You shouldn't have to wait. Just start your policy instantly. See your rate in minutes. Term life policy start as low as $10 a month. That is super impressive. So if you're out there, and you are, and you don't have life insurance, you should get a little bit to protect your fam in the event that you're not here. That's what happens. Protect your family today. Get up to $2 million in term life insurance coverage in 10 minutes with Ethos. Answer just a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com. Oh, sorry. Cut this back in. Answer just a few health questions and get your free quote at ethoslife.com/whiskey. That's Ethos Life, ETHOS life.com/whiskey. Protect your family today. Get up to $2 million in coverage in just 10 minutes at ethoslife.com/whiskey. Thanks to Ethos for sponsoring us.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Someone would have run up to him and be like, hey, man, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
How do you have this car? What do you do for a living?
Who has that car right now?
Have you
he
seen,
probably has it.
He does. Selleck? Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Have you seen this guy? I don't know how TikTok-y and you are, or how looped
I'm not
into
too TikTok-y.
Woof. I'm deep as they go.
Okay.
I can't get enough. It gives me so much joy in comedy. There's so much funny shit on there.
Yeah.
It's endless. It's almost.
I'm trying to, you get into these holes.
Well, I'm in them. When I'm on the toilet, I'm in them.
Yeah.
And I go too far. And then there's a couple of guys now. It used to be what do you do for a living guy. Then it was, then there was a guy that was like, at night, a guy would go and there'd be women out and they'd be like, what do you rate this girl on one that you've done, this thing? Mm-hmm. And then this new one, I saw this one guy he goes, how much is in your bank account? And he's like, are you willing to pull it up? And people pull it up to this guy. And I'm like,
shit.
How far in society are we going?
Wow.
That it's like, well, dude, you've seen the videos where it's like, can you give me a tour of your apartment? That guy's in New York.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And that's crazy to me. People are like, come on in. It's like, no, fucking get out of here.
Insane.
Get out of here.
I fantasize about it.
That people can want to take a tour of your place?
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of Architectural Digest Open Door
Series.
Series.
Different. That's like that is a verified.
Right.
This started, and this guy is popular now. Well, of course they're faked. But the OG ones was like, can I see your apartment? And people would be like,
that's wild.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now it's Architectural Digest that he's copying what they did, which was take us inside your home.
Right.
But this kid, the OG stuff, was just people. It just was, he'd be like, hey.
Just regular.
What are you doing? Some guy's like, I'm in finance. He's like, take me up to your place. And the guy's like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, now it's famous people.
Right, okay.
But when it was old school, it was fun because it was weird. It was weird as shit.
Yeah.
And you got this weird insight. But I thought, I would never.
As a kid.
Panic.
As a kid, and even late into life, one of the things I always daydreamed about and wished I could do was see any home inside any home that I wanted.
Oh, I want to walk
in.
You
drive through the neighborhoods and there's always those houses like in your, that you would pass along and be like, wow, look at that. Who
lives there?
Yeah, like look at the lawn, look at the columns or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And it's like, I wonder, or it would be quirky or whatever. And you're like, I wonder what it looks like inside there. I grew up in an apartment, so it's like, I just was like, oh, I wonder if just the sky's the limit in a kid's imagination.
I know.
And now, with Zillow. Yeah, I'm on, forget TikTok. I'm on Zillow.
Zillow is your TikTok.
Zillow is my TikTok.
That's
I
funny.
swear, I'm like, what city am I? I'm putting in a filter. I'm like X
like
to
this.
X. You know what I mean? And I'm just.
And you go to
scrolling.
and you go on the waterfront when you really want to get spicy.
Absolutely.
Let me look at a lake house for a little
and
while.
you could look at, and you know what I did? I went back to all the addresses.
From childhood?
From childhood.
Oh my God.
And like 80% of them were on there. And I got to see in these homes.
That's why.
I felt like a superpower.
I remember how important that was. I think I said at a show and tell moment in school. My mother told me this. I don't remember, but they said, "What are your, what's your goals? What's your dreams? And what do you want to do? And who do you want to be when you grow up?" And And I said, one day I want a house on the ground. That was a big thing. One day I want a house on the
On the
ground.
ground?
Yeah, because we were in an apartment, but
okay.
we were in a high rise.
Yeah.
So I don't remember saying it, but I do remember thinking, house on the ground, a house was so cool. I was like, that is the coolest thing.
Right.
Meanwhile, the world fantasizes about high rise. You know what I mean? Like
Moving on
that's
up.
the irony is staggering
Yeah.
of like kids in the city wish they were suburban kids wish they were in the
Yeah.
city. And I got to touch both worlds. We moved to the suburbs, but it was so funny that I remember as a kid going to family friends' houses
Yeah.
and being like,
Yeah.
you don't have to take an elevator to get to your fucking room?
yeah,
This
right.
is so cool.
I used to be like, sometimes I used to be a little bit like embarrassed to bring people because we lived in like a small,
Yeah.
But
Oh, not me. We lived in a 5-bed. No. What do you mean? What the fuck?
but yeah, I was always like, I imagine like being able to put the TV as loud as you want.
And no one can hear.
And no one can
No
hear
one
it.
will knock on the wall.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
that's
right.
that's such
Crazy,
a funny
right?
that's such a funny bit.
Yeah.
That is so funny to be able to as loud as you. And by the way, I do that. I did that this morning. My audio guy, Slim. This is my dog, bro. This guy's the funniest, coolest dude.
Yeah.
He's a perfectionist, and I got him to like install the TV to connect all the things. And he was like, he's like, I could get you different range of speaker. And I was like, well, I want a good one, but I don't want to pay something crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, invest in you, invest in you. I was like, oh my God. He like bullied me
That's so funny.
and so of course like
Invest in your Sonic.
he's like, yeah, invest in yourself. This is your life, but get the shitty speaker.
I love that.
So he
attitude.
bullied me into it. So I got to go to it, and as he's doing it, he turns it like super fucking loud. Like my wife
Yeah.
is downstairs, and she like looks like she's like, guys, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
come on, super loud. And he looks over at me, and I thought, like a child, I'm like, I can do this. This is my house. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
No one can tell me I can't do this.
Right.
That is what it felt like.
Forget when she's not home.
Oh my.
You should test
God.
the limits. You should test the limits.
My God.
And just walk around like a free man. That's freedom. That's
is.
freedom.
That is.
When you can get really good speaker or any speaker and do it to like 11 and just leave it there
Yep.
and walk around.
Walk around.
Yeah,
Get
that's
some water. You
that's
can't
freedom.
hear anything.
Not a-
it's so loud. It's deafening.
Not a
And
blessing
the
thing.
dog keeps going like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes when I turn it too loud, she like looks up like, fucking fuck, don't.
When was the, do you turn music up? Because I don't. And every once in a blue moon,
I do.
When I do, I'm like, oh shit, like this is a different experience.
I turn it up. Yeah, I turn it up. I like to. I'm a.
In the car, you do it?
Oh my God.
You don't have stuff in the trunk that goes boom, boom, boom.
I'm not a boom boom guy,
Okay,
but I
okay.
mean, but I do like it loud. I like music loud. I've always been that way.
Windows down, don't matter?
It depends on the song.
Okay.
If it has a lot of N words in it, windows up.
Okay.
Windows down if it's just a rock song. Rap song, windows up.
But you'll go red light, windows down, and it's tranked all the way
Rock
up.
song, yes.
Okay.
Rap song, windows up. Or rap song, windows down, get to a red light, woo, windows up.
Right.
I got to close it.
Yeah, you have to.
I don't want someone to see me in my car, listen to hip hop loud, look over and be
Right.
like, I saw Santino's dork ass.
Right.
Because I'm not a dork, but my appearance is dorkity. You see,
Agree to disagree.
I don't. I just think like me in a car. If someone saw me listening to like
I know what you mean.
a hardcore hip hop song, they'd be like, nerd.
Dude, I used to deliver pizza in college, and it was
For a chain or a mom and pop.
mom and pop.
Love.
Yeah.
Can we name it?
I'm
Can we
in
name it?
Staten
'Cause I love
Island.
mom and pop.
It's gone now, but classic pizza. Yeah. And
Rest in peace.
I was I was 5 minutes away from Park Hill, where the Wu-Tang is from. And when I'm in college, I started college in '94, so it was like they came, and I think it was '93.
93,
was
yeah.
36. So, and I used to. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's signed by Method Man, by the way.
way. Yes.
That was a gift, right? Somebody gave that to us. Yeah, I gift on tour. That was awesome.
Oh man, he's the best, dude.
Meth?
Yeah,
Number
I've
one.
met him over the years, and now we became buds. And he was on my
Really?
show, and dude, I smoked with him. It was
Can we do a thing where when I come back to New York and you see me and he's
Yeah.
around? Because I do it.
You got to smoke a blunt with men.
I don't know if I can.
Okay.
With him?
Yeah.
How can I function with him? I'd already be a little bit kind of enamored, and then I'd get high, and then I'd be afraid
I
I'd say something
understand that.
so dumb.
I understand that, but he's-
sober, fine. But
He's
fucked up.
disarming.
Okay.
He's so cool.
But
and
you know
so
what I
nice.
mean. I'll meet anybody sober. I don't
know.
care.
Yeah.
I smoke a blunt with Method Man. I know I'm going to say some weird ass dumb
Yeah.
shit. I'm going to say a thing. I'm going to be like, what happened to that guy that cut his penis off in the group?
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
say that.
I did Rogan last week for the first time, and he lit something and smoked it past it, and I was like, I can't do it, Joe. I have to I
Yeah.
can't. This is my first time. I can't do it.
Well, the first time I ever did that show and I got stoned with him, panic.
Yeah.
I panicked the whole time.
I didn't want to like be not in
Me,
my. I
you do.
wanted to be on it. You know what I mean?
I
So-
left going like this. What is that okay to say? Is that something like that? I was overthinking all of it.
But
So
but
go back. Sorry,
where
go
was
back.
I?
With meth, or with the album that just
deliver
come
pizza.
out. Yeah, deliver pizza.
So I delivered like they had their music studio. Like I delivered to them sometimes. You know.
Wow.
Like not as like they weren't all together, but like you know.
How full circle though?
Half full circle, right?
Yeah.
But so I used to deliver in that hood, which is they call it the Killer Hills, and the surrounding hoods like Stapleton and New Brighton and things like that. They're not like the best, safest neighborhoods.
Sure.
But you know, I did my thing. I had a red Chevy Cabriolet station wagon. Yes,
Pimpin'.
that my friends actually detailed, and they put like racing stripes on it, and on the window they wrote "D's nuts."
No,
I swear to God, and on the
with decals.
they did white masking tape, but they did it really good.
Yeah.
And I had a lightning bolt on the side, the 01 for the General Lee. There was the front quarter panel said "Fear Me." D's nuts. The back said "Caught you looking."
No, bro.
Yeah. So we did this as a goof, and then I like kept it on, and then people celebrated it.
Yeah.
Like people were beeping, like yeah, and they like liked it. I guess they understood the irony of it.
But that's America, dude.
Yes.
Don't you like? You know the Calvin pissing on the Ford symbol.
Yes.
That's America.
Right.
That is
Right. And
Yeah,
so I kept it. And so I was delivering pizza with that stuff in these neighborhoods. And a lot of times my friends, they would come hang out with me for the whole shift.
Yeah.
And they'd come on the drives. So two of my buddies, Mike and Joe, are in my car, and I pull up to like projects, right? And there's like ground level floors or whatever it was. Oh, it was projects, but right across the street, and there was these townhouses like right across the street from it. But I'm parked right there, and there's all people out like, and I knock on the door, and these fucks, they go to 106.7 Light FM. They turn it up as high as they can go, and they put their seats all the way back. And all four of my windows were open, and it was Celine Dion, "I'm Your Lady." And the guy opened the door, and they're like, he was having like, it was all people in there and everything. It was a young guy, and it was like, they were smoking, and this thing was just emanating through the streets, and you know, like, and then the guy like just taking it, and I was like at the door for like a minute, so it was like a good verse or two, and I'm like red faced, I'm just like, I'm dying laughing inside. I'm like, these mother. I got back to the car, man. They were like purple. They had tears pouring down their face. They were like leaning back, and they were like laying down together, just punching each other. But yeah, so
Those are real friends.
So I pump music, you know.
That's a real friend. If someone can embarrass you like that, and then you can take the hit.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
It was. I mean, to this day, it's like
one of the best. That's like
how
one of the
amazing
best.
is that? Yeah,
one of the best pumps that I've
and
ever heard.
the car says "Caught you looking" at the same time. D's nuts.
These nuts and caught you looking.
Yeah.
Fear Me though really sticks out.
Yeah.
Fear Me is because Fear Me is like either a big joke or that guy is dead fucking serious.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
That the guy who has like Fear Me on a thing.
It's one or the other. Way
Right,
far
there is
apart.
no like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of it means
Yeah,
something. No,
yeah.
it doesn't mean.
Yeah.
I never had the balls
You know what?
to do
I got
that.
pictures. I'll send them to you. Drop it in. So
Will
can
you
see.
do that?
Yeah, I have
Of the
them,
car?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I have a whole
We'll
bunch
have
of
to put it in so people, because the
I can
audience can
text
take
you
a
before
look.
we leave. I have them on my phone.
I love this.
Yeah. You really mentioned before. Did you mention like a show and tell? What'd you say about school?
Yeah, I was doing the show and tell thing when I said I wanted to live on the ground, and I had said that my when my mom was dating my stepdad, I didn't know what he did. He worked for Turtle Wax. You remember the car company, the car wash company?
Of course.
Yeah. But don't buy them. Don't buy them.
Okay.
Don't buy them. We don't like them. They fired my dad after like fucking 30 some odd years of
No
work.
way.
Yeah.
So wax off.
Wax off.
Yeah.
Go to McGuire's. Go get any other brand.
Yeah.
Well, he serviced these people. He like dedicated his life to them. Was so loyal, and then they boned him. And that's also, by the way, not to be that guy, but that's also why my father was proud of me trying to do this world on my own. He was like, "Don't work for someone. Just go try.
Wow.
Just go try. Go fucking try. Who cares?"
Come out of your shell. I could
Slowly.
I could keep dropping things like this the
Slowly.
whole time. Little bon mots.
Slowly come out of your shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You reminded me of that.
No, he
show
said,
and tell. was
and
a
I
thing.
said at show
but-
and tell. Oh, so no, yeah, show and tell or whatever. I said, and they asked, "What is your mother and dad? What does your mom do? What does your dad do? Who are you?" Show telling all of your story. And I said, my mom works in buildings, and my dad washes cars. And he didn't wash fucking cars, but I
Right.
thought he was a car wash
Sure.
guy. I had no idea what he did.
Yeah.
He sold it, but I was like, my dad watches cars, my mom works in buildings. And then the teacher was kind of like, is this kid going to be okay? What is he works in buildings? Like, what is that? Is she an escort?
Right, in buildings.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't understand. I had no idea what she did. Yeah, she worked in property management. She was like in the office. We lived in the building she worked in.
Oh, no shit.
That was part of the reason we got to live in there. Yeah.
That's funny because my dad, he had a bunch of jobs. He was a sanitation worker for the city, but he also was the superintendent of our buildings. We lived in garden apartments.
Oh, yeah.
And we got free rent because he was the super.
He was the super.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. That was kind of our getaway scheme because we got, subsidized rent because my mother lived there. So we were able to, she worked downstairs and, we got to live upstairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a cool little moment. I didn't really realize how.
Pretty neat, right?
It's cool that she was when she was a single mother was like figured this out, was like, all right, I need to figure the best way to put him in an area where he can go to a good school.
Yeah.
And I can get a job, and how can I make, because that shit's got to be agonizing. I mean, we live in a totally different world, a different time, and back then, I don't know, that must have been a nightmare for her. So shout out to my mom.
Shout out moms.
Shout out to moms forever.
Yeah. My parents split when I was 4.
My parents split before I was 1, so don't even try it. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Don't even try
Well,
it.
there you go.
Don't even try it. My dad went to prison. Don't try it. You know what I mean? Don't try it.
My dad should have gone, so.
Okay, well, they got my guy.
No.
All right, they got mine. Please, for all my fans and friends, my friends out there, please go watch the special right now. It's on YouTube. We'll put the link in the description down below. I love you.
Tour on sale right now.
Tour's on sale right now.
It's
at Sal Vulcano comedy.com. Right, it's not just Sal Vulcano.
No, everything's fine tour. It's 100% new material.
Please go watch the tour. Go see him live. He's coming to a ton of cities. He's going to be in your city.
Yeah.
SalVulcanoComedy.com. Watch the special. Tell a friend. We end the show the same way. Look at that camera. You say one word or one phrase. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here.
One word or one phrase. You did this to me last time and I got caught off guard.
Yeah, and you should have known.
Okay. Right down the line.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.